is Nick Brune. I'm the executive chef here at Eco Caters. We're in Los Angeles and San Diego. What we do is we focus on local organic cuisine, making sure that everything that we serve is local and organic. Today we're going to be talking about 5 questions that you should ask your caterer before you book them. So it's really important right off the bat, right when you meet your caterer, to make sure that they are a licensed and insured business. This is to protect liability as far as the venue is concerned and as far as your guests are concerned. Another thing to look into is their liability insurance as far as liquor is concerned, to make sure that the bartenders can actually serve the liquor to your guests in a safe way and control beverages throughout the evening. Where we source our products, again, we're in Los Angeles and in San Diego and Washington, D.C., so each one of our companies sources products within their area, so each one of our menus are different. In San Diego, we love Maciel Farms, one of my favorite guys at the farmers market. We really love Susie's Farm, and when it comes to seafood, Catalina Offshore is doing amazing things down here. It's really truly amazing to work with Tommy Gomes and really understand where our seafood comes from and really learn a ton about that. So again, I guess the whole idea here is when you're talking with chefs, you're talking with the guy who's giving you your tasting, just make sure that he can name these farms, name a ranch, name where he may get his pork from, or where he gets his beef from, or his seafood. A lot of these things, this day and age, where we're at in the organic world and in the natural world, some of these things can't be as local as you'd like. They're growing to be that way. But at least if they can name that farm and show that they've done the homework to really find out the best product for you, making sure that you're getting the best product on your table, it's an important thing. So one of our favorite things to do at Eco Caters is to really customize menus. Just like anybody in a restaurant having to cook the same thing every day, we like to change it up a little bit and change our dishes to really suit our customers' needs. So whether it's where you're from, whether it's how you met, whether it's a certain dessert you had on one of your anniversaries that means a lot to you, or when you got engaged, whatever really makes sense for you at your wedding, we love to hear that, and we love to really customize things to fit your wedding, to make sure your wedding is really about you. As far as budgets are concerned, first and foremost, a lot of brides don't quite know exactly what this costs when you get involved. I mean, this is throwing probably the biggest event most people will throw in their entire lives. So when it comes to budget, really kind of figure that out before you walk in with your caterer, and let them know what that is. And if you do, then we can really customize things to suit your event. Make sure that food's being served in the correct way. Again, the quality of food is there, whether it needs to be a plated event, whether it needs to be a buffet with your budget. Again, if you get better food serving a buffet than low-end food plated, you probably should go with a buffet, and these are things your caterer can work with you on. And again, we really love to get organic food out to the masses. That's one of our biggest goals here at Eco Caters, to make sure that it becomes a mainstream. So we want to make sure that we show everybody that this is something that a mid-level bride can afford, and this is just part of regular everyday dining. Right when you sit down with your caterer, a good question to ask them is what services do they provide besides catering? And if they only provide catering, that's not a bad thing. A lot of caterers, it's great to focus only on food, but there are a lot of elements to your event, and there are a lot of people that you need around to make it make sense and really work for you. So you need to know if your caterer can get rentals for you, if they're a coordinator, if they can serve booze, if they can purchase booze. All of these things are very important for you to consider really early for your event. It's terrible to find out that your caterer can't even buy your liquor 2 weeks before your event. So figure out these things, and also listen to your caterer as well. If they say you got a plated event and they really think you need a planner or a coordinator, and they don't have that service, it's something that you should really look into to make your event flow correctly. when it comes to tastings, right when your first contact with your caterer, once you exchange an invoice or two and get an idea of what they cost and it makes sense for you, once you have your venue booked, the first thing you should look for, especially when it comes to a wedding, is your tasting. I think all caterers should provide this to their clients, whether it's free or whether it's not free, whether it becomes a part of your cost of your event or whether it's a charged service. Either way, I would suggest doing the tasting. It's a very important part of not only the planning process for you, but it's kind of fun for you and your wife to get out and kind of have a little private tasting at a few different caterers. It's like you have your own little private chef serving you a meal, and you really get taken care of, and you get to get all the details out about your event. So we love tastings, and we love to get as many of them through the door as possible.